Hello, basketball people, we have news. Let's go to more news about the Golden State Warriors. I ask you to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as I am a Warriors fan. It's being suggested that the Warriors make an impact signing that will be a major upgrade to the roster. The Golden State Warriors made a huge swing when they acquired Jimmy Butler ahead of the 2024-25 trade deadline, aiming to maximize Stephen Curry's remaining years. With Curry entering his age 37 season, the Warriors are seemingly running out of time to win another title with him. The team has been held up in free agency this offseason due to contract negotiations with restricted free agent Jonathan Kuminga and will likely wait to finalize roster moves until his situation is resolved. Despite the Warriors' quiet summer, they still appear to be a near-contending team in a stacked Western Conference. Golden State made it to the Western Conference semifinals last season and has the tools to contend in a star-studded West. Curry and Butler are a dangerous tandem, and building around them will be key in the Warriors' quest for another championship. Warriors trade Brandon Podziemski for reigning Rookie of the Year. The Warriors fell to the Minnesota Timberwolves in just 5 games during the Western Conference semifinals last season, though Curry missed the Final Four. Podziemski had a few strong games during the club's playoff run but struggled to produce consistently. Zach Buckley of Bleacher Report recently compiled a trade that would send the 22-year-old to the San Antonio Spurs, bringing a defensive upgrade in Stephon Castle to Golden State. Here's Buckley's proposed trade. Warriors receive Stephon Castle. Spurs receive Brandon Podziemski, Gue Santos, 2028 first-round pick, top 3 protected. Podziemski started 33 regular season games for Golden State last season and showed improvement from his rookie campaign. However, Castle would be a significant upgrade defensively and has far more upside overall. Still, with the Spurs trading for De'Aaron Fox last season and drafting Dylan Harper with the number 2 overall pick in the 2025 NBA draft, they may eventually look to move on from Castle. The 20-year-old UConn product could make an immediate impact for Golden State while acting as a bridge to the team's next era without Curry. If the club truly wants to maximize the superstar's remaining years, adding a sound defender and rising star to pair with him in the backcourt could be a very viable option. Former NBA player urges Warriors to remove Draymond Green to compete for a ring. He can't guard Jokic. The Warriors' championship hopes heavily rely on their veteran core of Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and Jimmy Butler. But according to Jeff Teague, only one of these players is currently holding them back from winning it all. On the latest episode of the Club 520 podcast, Jeff Teague claimed that ever since the Warriors moved Draymond Green to the center position, they have lost their championship contention effectively. He went as far as to say that the former Defensive Player of the Year can no longer guard conventional big men like Nikola Jokic. I think they've got to get a big with that small ball lineup. I'm a fan of Draymond, but I just don't think that's going to hold up anymore. He can't guard Jokic and all them dudes for a long period of time. There are too many people out west. I heard about Al Horford, but I just don't think that can hold up anymore. Jimmy is playing the 4, all that small stuff. Not with OKC having Chet at the 4 and whoever they want to play at the 5, or they just got too many options. I think Steph Curry is still one of the greatest. I think he's still going to be able to lead a team and take over. I think Jimmy still has that mode, too. But after that, they get kind of spooky. Draymond Green is 6 feet 9 inches tall and conventionally a power forward. But following their championship season in 2022, the Warriors essentially put him in a position where he had to play at the center position on several occasions after they moved away from Kevin Looney as a starter. The transition to a small ball lineup for the Warriors began when they signed Chris Paul in 2023, and they seem to have never pivoted back since then. They drafted a conventional 7-foot big man in James Wiseman, but eventually traded him away as well. They also drafted Tracy Jackson-Davis, a 6'9" power forward who often plays the center position as well in their small ball setup. Therefore, they seemed committed to that style of play, which is counterproductive in Teague's opinion. The Warriors have been on the precipice of signing Al Horford for weeks now. Once they figure out the Jonathan Kuminga contract extension situation, they are expected to make 3 veteran additions to the roster. Al Horford, DeAnthony Melton, and Gary Payton too could be announced as Warriors players around Labor Day, September 1st. In my opinion, the Warriors need to listen to Teague on this. They need to figure out an alternative role for Draymond Green on the roster, or an even better situation would be to trade him for some young talent or draft assets if possible. The key to the Warriors' 2022 championship run was their young core of Jordan Poole, James Wiseman, and Jonathan Kuminga. They need some young players to drive the energy on the court and make a difference like they did in 2022. Warriors looking to add recent sixth man of the year in free agency. The Golden State Warriors have been one of the most interesting teams this offseason, but they could soon have that title for the right reasons. This summer has been a wild and weird one in Golden State, to say the least. After the Warriors lost in the second round of the playoffs last season, all attention turned to their impending restricted free agent, Jonathan Kuminga. While it was expected that the two sides might take a while to negotiate, not many truly anticipated those negotiations dragging into September, which is where things are currently headed. As the Warriors hope to resolve things soon, it could open up some other possibilities in the final stages of the offseason. Time to add some free agents. Throughout the summer, it's been no secret that Golden State is the anticipated home next season for a few intriguing free agents. With a group of players headlined by Al Horford already lined up to join the Warriors, the team could also add a recent award winner. In a recent report from Jake Fisher, the Warriors are also interested in bringing in Malcolm Brogdon. After a couple of seasons of playing on non-contending teams in Portland and Washington, Brogdon could make his way back to the NBA's spotlight if he joins the Warriors. Although he might have a somewhat awkward fit alongside Stephen Curry and some of the other Warriors, he would be a perfect insurance policy for Curry and can be another solid veteran presence for a team that hangs its hat on experience. 7 players affected by the Jonathan Kuminga drama. We've seen similar situations in the NBA before. Ben Simmons refused to play for the Philadelphia 76ers until they traded him. James Harden did the same with the Houston Rockets and the Sixers. However, it is rare that a young player wants to leave the team that drafted him. Right now, the Jonathan Kuminga drama doesn't look like it is going to end soon. Both sides want the same thing, a trade. But the Warriors want assets they are not getting in return, and Kuminga doesn't want to sign a 2-year deal with a team option to help them find a better move. 7 players affected by the Jonathan Kuminga drama. With that in mind, let's take a look at some players who are waiting for the Kuminga drama to end so that they can continue their careers. It seems like this situation is going to drag on to the very finish line, but there has to be a resolution. Malik Monk. The Sacramento Kings' offer for Kuminga was made public by several sources. The main player they would send in such a deal was Malik Monk, who has done everything the Kings asked of him. He was a bench player for the first 2 seasons before moving to the starting lineup last season. It is hard to see how the two sides can mend fences if there is no trade. Russell Westbrook. Recent reports say the Kings will not sign Russell Westbrook until they either trade a guard or know they are completely out of the Kuminga situation. Westbrook is a former MVP and All-Star player, but he is also on the wrong side of his 30s. While he showed he can help a team win during the regular season last year with the Nuggets, it is clear he is on the decline. Al Horford. Al Horford is one of the most respected veterans throughout the league. This summer, he finds himself in a strange situation. He might have hoped to finish his career with the Boston Celtics, but the injury to Jason Tatum changed everything. Multiple reports say he has a deal with the Warriors in place, but that cannot happen until they solve the Kuminga situation. DeMar DeRozan. There was a reported mega trade a month ago that would have allowed DeMar DeRozan to leave the Kings. The report claimed that the former All-Star has a verbal deal with the Kings that if they get Kuminga, they will let him leave and join a contender. That has yet to be materialized, but the deal probably still stands. Ben Simmons. Some people around the league view the former Rookie of the Year winner as a better alternative for a backup point guard on the Kings. Similar to Westbrook, Simmons doesn't have many potential suitors around the league. And like Westbrook, he might have to wait for a resolution on Kuminga before he can sign with another team. DeAnthony Melton. DeAnthony Melton had a great start last season with the Warriors. In just 6 games, he showed great value as a versatile defender, guard, and shooter. Then he suffered an injury that cost him the season, and he was gone. There are talks that the Warriors would love to bring him back. He is one of the potential new players who have to wait for GSW to solve the Kuminga conundrum before they can sign new players. Seth Curry. If things do go well, we might see the real Splash Brothers playing for the Warriors. Seth Curry is another rumored veteran whom the Warriors would love to get. Last season, he led the league in three-point percentage at 45.6%, albeit on only 2.7 attempts per game. It would be an awesome story for the Curry brothers to finally team up. We can bet Steph Curry would love it. Warriors' Malcolm Brogdon plan creates fatal roster flaw. The Golden State Warriors' interest in Malcolm Brogdon is misguided, as they would have too many guards. The Golden State Warriors are rumored to be interested in signing Malcolm Brogdon, according to Jake Fisher of the Stein Line, but that would be a big mistake. Not because Brogdon is a bad player, but because they already have too many players on the roster who play his position. In Brogdon's case, Golden State's long-running stalemate with restricted free agent Jonathan Kuminga has contributed to the uncomfortable wait, Fisher wrote. We won't know if the Warriors emerge with more serious interest in Brogdon until the state of their roster and luxury tax bill becomes clear in the wake of a resolution to Kuminga's fate and the subsequent signings that have been long anticipated to bring Al Horford, DeAnthony Melton, Gary Payton II and second-round pick Will Richard into the Bay Area fold. Why should the Warriors avoid Malcolm Brogdon? Stephen Curry is leading the show, and Brandon Podziemski will be right alongside him. Add in Moses Moody and Buddy Hield, both of whom can play the two, and it's clear that the Warriors shouldn't be prioritizing another guard right now. With their registered interest in Gary Payton II and DeAnthony Melton baked into the equation, Brogdon just doesn't make sense. There are too many other gaps in the Warriors roster. Signing Al Horford will help, but the Warriors need some reinforcements at the big man position. Quentin Post enjoyed a solid rookie season, and obviously, Draymond Green is still in town, but is that enough? Will Tracy Jackson-Davis have a bounce-back year? An additional big man, and one with experience, could be useful. But perhaps even more pressing is their need for forwards. As their roster stands, the only forwards who will be in Golden State next season are Green, when he's not playing center, Jimmy Butler, Moody, Gue Santos, and two-way player Jackson Rowe. And based on Fisher's report, they don't have any forwards they are interested in at the moment. At least, not outside of Horford, who can play the four a bit. Rather than targeting Brogdon, the Warriors should be going after 3s and 4s on the open market in an attempt to fill out the depth on their roster. Guys like Trey Lyles, Lamar Stevens, Torrey Craig, and even Ben Simmons could be intriguing buy-low targets for the Warriors to take a chance on. Though none of those options are on the same level as Brogdon, they could be better fits for what the Warriors need on next year's roster. Warriors linked to reunite with son of NBA legend in free agency. The drama with restricted free agent Jonathan Kuminga still fills the air with the Golden State Warriors, but the team still has a game plan for when it all subsides. As the regular season sits just 2 months away, the Warriors still have more than enough time to work out the dilemma with Kuminga, and the team has also been interested in adding some veteran talent to their squad. Veteran talent that includes a familiar face and happens to be the son of one of the greatest defensive players of all time. Warriors linked to Gary Payton II in free agency deal. According to a report by Jake Fisher, the Warriors could be in line to reunite with Gary Payton II, the son of the Glove himself. Should he return to Golden State, it would be his third stint with the team, and right after he served a 2-year tenure with the team from 2023 to 2025. Payton II won the 2022 NBA championship with the Warriors when they defeated the Boston Celtics in 6 games and was a prominent defender during his time in the Pac-12 with Oregon State, much like that of his father, and was the NBA G League Defensive Player of the Year in 2021 with the Raptors 905. In the 2024-25 season, Payton played in 62 games, starting 11 of them, and averaged 6.5 points, 3 rebounds, and 1.3 assists per game.